The city of Los Angeles is rather unique. If you look at our growth in population over the last 100 years, it's just been remarkable. Developers would come in, they put in a lot of development, but they never really looked at parkland and connectivity.
LA was built with the idea of lawns as our public space. And so instead of lots of regional parks or even community scale parks, the city was designed more around individual private space.
LA has a lot of park poor neighborhoods. These areas that were sort of the first suburbs of Los Angeles, where the park infrastructure that's there was built for single family homes. But those neighborhoods have changed. There's towers, there's large apartment buildings. Really, the park system hasn't been able to keep up.
Only 2% of available land in the city contains parks or open space for people to congregate. In low-wealth neighborhoods in the Los Angeles area, that's a major challenge.
Park poor communities are often poor communities, whether that's low income or communities of color that don't enjoy the same green access as other communities.
As cities grow, there is always a plan to provide the open space for the population that it served. And we have pockets of those open spaces throughout the city of Los Angeles. And I think it's clear that we probably should have more, particularly in communities that don't have parks and open space.
Really, the idea is to build the small neighborhood spaces that people want to be able to walk to. Those small neighborhood parks are the part of the system that LA needs to focus on and must focus on, really, to meet the needs of its residents.
Parks bring people to communities, so they become a destination. Homes that are adjacent to a park see an increased value. Communities that have those parks and open space are communities where people would like to go and live. They are more desirable.
When there is green space, it entices and it brings developers to come and look at space. So from a commercial real estate perspective, where there are green spaces, open spaces, and new development, there's room for additional development of all kinds.
I think it's critical that young people have access to parks. It helps shape the kinds of young people we're going to have in the future. Studies have shown that when you build parks and you build facilities for people to be outdoors, they exercise more. They're more motivated to actually be active. It's especially important in these neighborhoods because a lot of people live in apartments, they don't have backyards, they don't have swimming pools. It's sometimes the only places that they can enjoy and congregate together.
When you create the right place, the right environment, people will move there. Getting the communities excited about bringing green space to them, that helps spur new development. That's going to help with that transformative phase for LA. By building lots of small parks across the city, will really help us look at our city in a different way.